Okay, so apparently I can laugh like Jack Black, and I'm good with this. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Dungeon Keeping Lord of Doom and slapping the shit out of goblins called Little Snots. Anyways, what the? Hey, your job. You have your job. You are computer software. You have your job. I have my job. My job is to be entertaining. Your job is to do what I tell you. I tell you to capture the fucking dungeons too. Yo, why are you broken? Dude, this is another fucking like instance of it worked right before stream started, and now it's broken. Yeah, okay. You know what? You know what? You know what? You're fucking rude, bro. You're rude. You're rude. You're rude. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, y'all can look at my Steam for a second. Check that out. Check that shit out. There's some games on there y'all might be interested in. Are you serious? Yo, why can't I capture dungeons too? What the fuck? Alright, display capture. There we go. Is this gonna work? Alright, there we go. Fuck it. Display capture is. Alright, here we go. Dungeons 2. Like literally you guys, no joke, fucking that game capture shit was working literally right before I started the stream. Like I launched the game, it was showing the game on my fucking Streamlabs, and then it said no. So I'm gonna turn the game back up because it looks like it's a little quiet. 84. Apply. Game. Sure. Outstretched forefinger when picking. Yes, I need to be able to pick my nose. Narrator chatting is everything. Yeah, that's alright. I like the narrator. I actually really, really like the narrator in this game. He's like one of my favorite voice actors. I don't even know his fucking name. Anyways, let's go. Campaign. We will do all of.
It was time. The troops of the absolute evil
Whoa.
had driven the Alliance back to their capital, King's Ending. The time for the final battle had arrived. Prepare.
Yo, hold on a second. Options, graphics. Right. Give me a second here. Y'all about to see this shit change. This game I can run in 1080 without problem. All right, fine. Back off. All right, Steam. Time to do you a stiff. I usually run everything at 720 because it generally runs better. There we go. Now we're running 1080, right? Yeah, 1080. Perfect. Okay.
It was time. The troops of the absolute evil had driven the Alliance back to their capital,
That
King's
dude's
Ending.
fucking loud.
The time for the final battle had arrived.
Yo, dude, hold on a minute. Yo, I didn't realize you were like.
It was time.
That's better.
The troops of the Absolute Evil had driven the Alliance back to their capital, King's Ending. The time for the final battle had arrived. Prepare to destroy the Alliance, and with it, all good in the land once and for all.
Full send. Let's go. Let's do it.
Once upon a time, there was a kingdom full of flowers and rainbows.
Where
the sun shone all the time, and there was loads of that goody-goody, lovey-dovey good people stuff going on. There, the alliance of abominably good people lived in unearned wealth and prosperity.
Yeah, what are we going to do about it?
But there was a path leading to a different place there.
Let's go that way. I like
At
that
the
way.
end of this path was a rock. There was a cave carved in this rock in which the Absolute Evil lived. It wasn't a grubby, damp cave smelling of muck and mildew, but a deep, dark dungeon, so dark that even darkness itself was afraid of it.
That's fucking dark, dude.
It was home to numerous innocent monsters who enjoyed a happy, contented existence, living in complete harmony with their environment.
I just want to point out,
But time and again, the sickening,
Pinkie Pie.
sweet-smelling good
Just kidding.
visited this underworld in search of treasure and experience points. Many monsters found this to be the death of them, but much worse, the Absolute Evil's treasures were being stolen.
fuck you doing, goblins? Do
One
your job.
day, just as a few more heroes had finished plundering its dungeon, the Absolute Evil decided it had had enough, and decided to do something new, something quite monstrous. Go to the surface. The Alliance tried to resist, but the approaching horde just flowed over them like an angry wave of axes, teeth, and bad breath. After numerous unrelenting battles, the Absolute Evil finally stood before the Alliance's capital, King's Ending.
They threw a little snot. Oh, doors are always locked for enemies. Sweet. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's a little snot. That's what they call the little dudes. He'll tell you that. He'll tell you. Anyways, apparently, this is actually like a sequel, like a full-fledged, legit sequel to the
After
previous
countless
game.
battles, the forces of the Absolute Evil reached the Alliance
Sort of.
capital, King's Ending. The lovable remnants of the forces of good had come here to make ready for the final battle. Evil would pay a high price indeed to storm those fortress walls, or so they thought.
Look, it's the fucking dwarf.
With earth shaking,
All right, I gotta adjust the sound more because he's still like.
steps, the unstoppable evil began its trek towards the front. In the terribly improbable event that it may have forgotten how that works, a formidable help function has been provided.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh. Gotta click on myself.
The presence of the Absolute Evil was also reflected in the land itself. Grass withered, and in places the ground tore open to reveal bubbling lava.
Yo, fuck that house. I gotta go this way. Death. Death and destruction.
Could not withstand the aura of the ultimate evil and beat a hasty retreat. A few of the Alliance units had entrenched themselves here. A determined Absolute Evil marched towards them in order to strike them down with its mighty weapon.
Oh, look, a scroll.
The Absolute Evil had discovered a medal. These legendary awards ensured a creature could be made even more powerful. Only one downside. A creature could only wear one at a time. Eyes ablaze with greed, the insidious evil gazed upon the blood-drenched battlefield. Here the last defenders of good would die, and an age of evil begin. Projectiles from the Alliance's catapults darkened the sky, but the Horde's fighting skills were at their best in darkness, if they survived.
Bitch slap. Bitch slap.
Nothing and no
Bitch
one
slap.
could stop the
Bitch slap.
invincible evil.
Hey, come here. Hey, guys, look. Bitch slap. Bitch slap. You healer lady. Bitch slap. You wench. Bitch slap. Your turn. Bitch slap. Fairy person. Bitch slap. Hey guys, how you doing? Nice to see you. Oh, that hurt so bad. Ow.
And the absolute evil took yet another hero to the slaughtering block.
Yo, fuck these catapults, dude, man. Yo, stop that shit. Stop it. Bad. Bad fairy.
The absolute evil destroyed the defenders' camp in the west with the greatest of ease. Now, only one tiny camp offers any resistance to the absurdly evil evil. And even that won't be able to hold out for much longer.
Stomp, 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 stomp. Stomp, 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 stomp. Here I come.
Nothing
Slap.
and no one could stop the invincible.
Big slap. Another slap.
The absolute evil destroyed the defenders' camp in the east with the greatest of ease. The defenders in front of the city had been beaten to a pulp and defeated. Now the time had come to attack King's Ending. The final battle beckoned.
Let's go, boys.
The city gate was firmly barricaded by the Alliance's archers, but the absolute evil would not allow itself to be held up by such ridiculous impediment. So, go get them! Destroy them now! Sorry, stay in character. The absolute evil used its all-powerful magic to eliminate the archers and open the gate to the city. Using its legend, wait for it, dairy powers, the absolute evil destroyed the impediment with ease and simultaneously eliminated a whole group of defenders. True story. The road to the capital was now clear. The absolute evil did not hesitate for even 1 nanosecond.
Okay. I'm sorry. Who wants some? You want some? Okay.
The insidious
Slap.
evil entered King's Ending. A small,
Big slap.
pitiful group of defenders stood in its way. Suddenly, the doors of several houses in the city opened, and with a loud roar, defenders bore down on the rather surprised evil. An ambush.
Stop that shit.
The invincible evil had crushed the defenders. King's Ending had been defeated.
Yawn.
That's what it thought.
I'm gonna just chill here for a second. That was a fun fight, guys. Oh, hey, look! More people! Hey, how you guys doing? Oh no, I'm flying!
Emerged from nowhere. Another ambush? Now, this was becoming very boring. But wait, this time it was different. Instead, the heroes raised their hands and started singing an incomprehensible chant. A magical ritual? This did not bode well. Well, actually, it bode the arrival of good things, great things, unless you happen to be the absolute evil.
Victory Screech! By the way, Dungeons 4 is coming out, and I plan to have 2 and 3 bested by the time that comes out.
Somewhere in the depths of the dungeon, the ultimate evil awoke. It did not know what had happened, nor why it had awoken, but it longed for revenge. The last remaining heroes of the country joined forces and cast a powerful banishment spell. The absolute evil disappeared from sight with a threatening gesture, and a faint whispered, "I'll be back," could be heard coming from its lips. The absolute evil had been banished, and its essence shattered into several pieces. Its reign of terror had ended. The good people of the overworld rejoiced, and an era of peace began for the Alliance. The evil creatures were driven back into the underground, doomed to serve as cannon fodder for pleasure-seeking adventurers. Meanwhile, secreted away in the world's most inaccessible places, the last remains of the absolute evil were resting, never again to see the light of the overworld.
Man.
Until today, that is.
All right.
Somewhere deep under the earth, the ultimate evil awoke.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the story of my birth. I'm just kidding. I'm not that evil. Although I'm sure some people think I am. And to those people I say, thank you for the compliment. Politeness kills all, folks. Remember that.
And the hand of terror arose, controlled by the ultimate evil.
Wake up. Wake up, hand. Hey!
Come on, hand of terror. Arise, damn you! He thinks that exploring the surrounding area would be a sensible strategy. However, to do this, light would be required.
Snap my fingers. Yeah!
Still not bright enough. An old throne room was revealed by the light. The circumstances remained a mystery. The hand of terror flew through the throne room, following each and every thought the ultimate evil had.
Go over here. And then go over there.
After
and then over here.
flying sessions, the ultimate evil was able to control the hand with ease. The time had come to call forth creatures who were completely devoted to it and would do its dirty work. Little Snots were the dregs of each and every dungeon and spent their time taking care of it. The expansion-mad evil hired one Snot on the spot. The first Little Snot appeared. It was completely ready to work in the dungeon and to crawl in the dust before the ultimate
Look at
evil.
it bowing to me.
Little Snots were important to the ultimate evil because they took care of many important little things, such as excavating new areas. The psionically gifted evil could sense the presence of something important that was buried to the south. It instructed its Little Snots to dig in that direction. As quick as a fart, the Little Snot made his way to the marked position and began to dig. Behold, the creatures of the overjoyed evil had apparently been much more industrious than he had thought. A great dungeon was revealed behind the wall. Everything was already in place. Doors, traps, a well-filled treasury. Oh, wait. Treasury? And where, if you please, is this treasury? Oh well. One can't expect too much of these mindless little snots. First of all, some gold had to be dug out to make space for a treasury to be created. The hand of terror swiftly marked a few small gold veins so that the little snots could excavate them.
Hey, look, I got more
As soon
little
as the
snot.
gold vein was selected, a little snot immediately set out to mine valuable gold for the greedy evil.
Work faster, Snod. You too, Sniff. Go, Snuffer, go. Hey, back to work.
Once most of the gold had been mined, the Hand of Terror quickly created a treasury on the spot so that the precious metal could be safely stored. The clever evil mastered this task with flying colors. From now on, Little Snots could use the treasury to store mined gold. It was then at the greedy evil's disposal whenever more rooms needed to be built or new creatures recruited. Little Snots were all well and good, but were too weak and cowardly to defend the dungeon. Since it was not able to defend itself, the ultimate evil would have to hire some orcs. But they would require food. Liquid food. Well, beer to be precise. So the next important thing to build was a brewery. And that would require some space to be created. The ultimate evil had the feeling that its servants were not really putting their backs into the work. Might a hearty slap from the hand of terror change that? The sadistic evil encouraged its creature to work a little faster, with a friendly but not at all gentle slap.
My favorite part of the game right there. Bitch slapped a Little Snots. Hey, get to work, Sniff. Let's go. Come on, Snugs. Let's go, Sniffle. Quit slacking, Snuffer. Nod, I see you. Papa. That was just to show you love. And be fair to everyone. There may be something wrong with me. Big.
There was now an area cleared for the brewery site, and with quick finger snaps from the hand of terror, the room stood ready. Excellent. But the recently built brewery lacked a brewing copper. With a sigh of resignation, the overworked evil set about taking care of that too. The hard-working evil effortlessly built a brewing copper so that delicious beer could be brewed as soon as possible. One of the Little Snots started working on the brewing copper. The nostalgic evil banished all thoughts of Oktoberfest and brass bands. Those would have to wait. More important tasks had to be completed first. Both beer and gold were now available in the dungeon, so it was time to hire some creatures to defend against greedy heroes or whatever else snuck around underground. At present, it was only simple orcs declaring undying loyalty to the ultimate evil. The rest of the horde was scattered to the winds. Orcs were defensive close combat specialists, capable of dealing with many opponents. However, they were very vulnerable to ranged attacks.
Orcs also do work around the thing later on.
Payday! An eerie gong rang through the halls. It did not bode well for the ultimate evil's treasury stocks, for at each sounding of the gong, the creatures would collect their undeserved wages. However, there was little it could do about this, as it was chained to the throne. Thus, it had to give free rein to its servants' desires. For the time being, at least.
I really do love this game, guys. It's a little slower pace, but like this game is so much fun for me. Yeah, see, as you can see, they like upgrade the walls around your rooms.
Suddenly, one of the repellent evil servants became very thirsty. One louse-infested orc crawled up from the depths and declared allegiance to the ultimate evil. The first step towards the creation of a powerful army had been taken. The dungeon of the expansion-mad evil grew and prospered, but unfortunately, it had reached the maximum possible population it could currently manage. Now a creature would have to be thrown into the bottomless pit before any others could be brought in. The profound evil had had enough of dungeon sightseeing and now wanted to move to the surface to try a dish that is best served cold. Revenge. Some Alliance members were bound to be guarding the entrance to the overworld. A fine appetizer for a vengeful fiend.
Come on, boys. See, they do all around the base, too. It's pretty cool. I like taking my time and like... Come here, Sniff! I don't like you.
The creature disappeared into the pit of uselessness with a long drawn and gradually diminishing "ah." This particular act of wickedness brought a smile to the face of the ultimate evil.
There's a way to, like, see how much gold is left in these things. And I don't remember how. Alright, now we can dig sound. Straight line. That's a... I also like that you can actually dig into the darkness in this game. There's like a...
The nameless evil's creatures came upon a spider's nest during their search for an entrance to the overworld. It would take more than one orc to smoke that out. The abysmal evil used the Hand of Terror to grab several of the creatures that were still completely inexperienced at fighting and threw them onto the spider's nest.
Yo, where's my last orc? There you are, come here.
The spiders dropped like flies. The strategically well-versed evil patted itself on the back, proud that it had led its troops into battle with such aplomb. And by led, I just simply mean chucking them at the enemy. The basics of a dungeon were now in place. However, the brewery was puny and didn't really have room to store beer barrels in, and the treasury was also anything but impressive in size. Quickly, the expansion-hungry evil set out to enlarge its dungeon.
The evil has awoken, but its brothers are still asleep.
What the fuck is that?
What on earth was that? That's not in my script. What a weirdo. No matter. We'd better get back to concentrating on the dungeon. A huge monstrosity loomed out of the darkness on 8 legs. This dungeon's human guards had been ancient history for a long while. Now it was home to a huge spider and her brood. Would Sam and Frodo escape it and continue their journey to Mount Doom, or was this the end of the Ring-Bearer? Hang on a minute, that's not the right text. Where were we? Oh yes, a huge spider, henceforth called the Spider Queen. It would be necessary to eliminate the Spider Queen before the horde could reach the surface. The Spider Queen sent forth a wave of her children. Of course, the ultimate evil was fully aware of this danger and immediately prepared to defend itself against them. At least, that's what I hope. The vile perversion, once called the Spider Queen, had nothing more with which she could fight the horde. Later, the sensitive evil would have her innards made into a lava lamp. The way to the surface was open. Now it was time to put those vengeance plans into practice. The vile evil wanted to take this opportunity to utter a really sinister laugh, but unfortunately its physical state made this unviable. Instead, it asked the narrator to do a bit of sinister laughter on its behalf. Oh well, here goes. Deep breath.
Fucking cheesy, bro. Aw, we didn't even get to dig out the whole dungeon.
Once the ultimate evil had escaped from the depths, still fettered to the throne, it traveled to wreak terrible vengeance on those who had done this, heavily supported by its little snots. The first target was Paladin Robert, now King of the Alliance. He had withdrawn to the quiet surroundings of his hunting lodge. There, he would be the perfect victim.
Fucking Robert. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Splat the snots and build the dungeon. Ooh. Audio cue.
According to scouts, King Robert spent most of his time strolling around his hunting lodge garden reciting poetry. Soon his poetry would turn into mournful ballads.
I'm gonna kick his ass.
The vengeful evil thirsted to defeat the Alliance's king and mount his head on the wall as a trophy. Whoops, of course, I really mean that he wanted to take all of King Robert's cookies away. Better play it safe, or the age classification folks will be after me. Before
No,
that, however,
we're chopping off his
Ultimate
head.
Evil had to do a bit of work on the dungeon. Otherwise, it wouldn't be able to fund even a small army made up of a few orcs.
All right, what do we need? Let's see here. What's this way? I don't know what that is. That's interesting. What's this? Okay, so that's an exit. What do you got here? Nothing? Nothing? All right, cool. All right, so first off, put a treasury right here.
The first treasury was completed. Soon greedy evil's little snots would fill it with gold. You know the golden rule, right? Whoever has the gold makes the rules.
All right, cool.
The first brewery was completed. Soon beer would be flowing like a river, and an Oktoberfest atmosphere would pervade all. Would the ultimate evil put the beer baron out of business? Ugh, such a duff reference.
Oh my god, I get it. Simpsons reference, in case anyone missed it, which I doubt you guys missed that. Get to work, Snuff!
Right now, the restricted evil was only able to call upon orcs and little snots. But there had been rumors that some goblins were hiding out in a cave somewhere close by. The exploratory evil would be sure to follow this line of inquiry. The strategy guidebook, Dungeons for Dummies, says, mountains don't always just consist of rocks and stone, but may also include natural as well as artificial caves and rooms. These usually contain treasures and dangers to make digging around underground more exciting.
Now that that's done. Let's see. Let's go this way. Can I build this thing yet? 250. Okay. Actually, yeah, I don't really. Yeah.
The ultimate evil should never forget to keep a watchful eye on its beer and gold stores. If its creatures can't help themselves whenever they need to, they will get angry. Fast. The ultimate evil slowly made itself cozy underground. Although this was a sensible decision, there was a large and lovely overworld out there, just waiting to be destroyed.
Yes, I know. I go to it soon.
It's payday.
Oh wait, yeah. No, 3 of you can mine the gold, and then 1 of you can do that. Yeah.
The warmongering evil had hired the first orc.
First orc.
As ancient wisdom says, violence is a solution, usually the only one.
Oh, the music is so quiet. It's confusingly quiet.
Another orc entered the service of the military-savvy evil. The horde was growing and prospering. The steady pounding in the rocks had given rise to overworld rumors of a new dungeon. A group of heroes set out to plunder its riches, and the ultimate evil was already looking forward to this visit.
Yo, where are these goblin dudes, man?
Enemies have entered the dungeon. The time to attack appeared to be right. On the surface, in the tavern of a small, miserable village, some adventurers gathered. They were acquiring Dutch courage for their visit to the dungeon by downing several beers. The dungeon had to be destroyed. The heroes didn't know what had hit them, as several orcs bore down from nowhere and annihilated them. This group of heroes had plundered their last dungeon, but there would be more.
If you do not say yes, then I will be me. Roses are red and later go brown. Give me your heart, else I'll steal it and your gown. Roses are red, Teddy's heart is dead. Now pray, please say yes. Roses are red, tulips green. Away from your
Oh, y'all just attacked the one guy, man. Man, you guys suck.
A delicious rumble announced the fact that the village's last house had crashed to the ground. Ha! There would be no more heroes meeting there to seek out the dungeon of the destruction-hungry evil. The hunting lodge of King Robert lay in the north. It was there that the ultimate evil would finally get its long-awaited revenge. However, it looked pretty damn well guarded. Maybe it should first visit the cave to the west, inhabited by a clan of goblins, where the cunning evil could do a little negotiating.
Yeah, but one of my guys is gonna die, and he's got a thing. So what we're gonna do first is go back inside and see if he heals up. You wanna heal? No, because you don't heal without the... Yeah, alright. Alright, boys. Let's go. Go about our orcly duties. Oi! Come here to kick your ass.
The goblin leader prostrated himself joyfully before the ultimate
That's
evil,
what I
and
thought.
immediately dispatched 2 goblins into its dungeon with a few plans for a new room, a tinkerer's cave. This was built as quickly as possible.
Alright then, we're leaving. Let's go back. Yeah, now we're all full health. Trot, trot.
Yes, then I will be king. It's good to be king.
Tinker's Cave, eh? Alright. Oh, look at all that gold.
There are enemies in your dungeon. It'll probably slip the ultimate evil's mind, but a new room is at its disposal.
Yeah, I'm on it, jackass.
In fact, it immediately set about building the room. The Tinkerer's Cave was built. It could, however, only be used as a warehouse, as it lacked the workshop that the insidious evil's goblins needed. Quick as a flash, Evil placed a creator mat in the Tinkerer's Cave. A sparkling new creator mat graced the Tinkerer's Cave of the expansion-hungry Evil. A goblin would be able to work well in here, producing toolboxes. A few of these boxes would now be needed in order to invent a trap. The moody Evil waited patiently.
Da, 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 da. I need another drink. I'm out of water.
Payday.
How you doing? What do you mean? Really? Like,
Okay, here's the thing. I have to do that by listening to this.
Alexa, stop.
I mean, I have to put up the mirror.
On the bar, it looks like every time the narrator talks, it's as loud as me. On the bars. Yeah. Alright, well, I turned myself down, so.
Cowardly as the goblins were, their creativity more than made up for this. They proudly presented the treacherous evil with their plan for a devious trap. With a silent, evil cackle, it quickly buckled down to setting the trap. Apologies, but a narrator has got to earn a living too, so we interrupt this game for a short commercial message. Buy games from Calypso. Lots of games. Thank you. End of commercial.
End of commercial. Okay. Just a good commercial. It's faster. Get to work.
Job done. The trap was finished and ready to be found by a hero. This is going to be so much fun. Just at that moment, a particularly powerful dwarf warrior appeared in the dungeon. How had he suddenly arrived at this precise time was indeed most odd, but his presence was more than welcome. He was going to be a guinea pig for the trap. Even this strong dwarf warrior didn't stand a chance against the treacherous traps and powerful monsters of the invincible evil. He bit the dust. So much for a game of dwarves. The dungeon's defenses were now clearly much improved, but the hunting lodge still remained well protected and impregnable. There was nothing that the ultimate evil could do. The task was impossible. So the evil withdrew, bent and broken, let feelings of revenge ebb away, and instead took up looking after those cute, teeny-weeny trees. What are they called again? Bonsai, yes, that's it. The end. Pretty unsatisfactory, huh? Of course, that wasn't the end. In reality, the indefatigable evil paid the goblin cave another little visit. The goblin leader would hopefully spit out something useful after a few more slaps.
Roses are red, leaves are green. If you will not say yes, then I will be mean.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm a douche. How about you?
The expansion-driven evil couldn't wait to explore the further possibilities of the Tinkerer's Cave. In particular, a hospital seemed a useful way to cure its ailing units. It set about asking for this to be researched.
Get over here.
A few hard slaps were enough to motivate the leader of the goblins to help the ultimate evil. As it transpired, there was an old tunnel which had been previously used as an escape route. This connected the goblin cave with the vaults of the hunting lodge. The goblin leader voluntarily made a goblin assassin available to the hard-hitting evil to help infiltrate the lodge. The cheerful evil was pleased with this support. An assassin was a decent melee fighter, but its actual strength lay in its ability to make itself invisible. This was, of course, tested out immediately. Payday!
La di da di da di da di da di da.
Despite the powerful invisibility skill, it was advisable for the ultimate evil to be cautious. Some opponents had such highly trained observation skills that they were actually able to see invisible units. A locked door prevented the assassin from progressing. It would have taken a long time for him to have opened it with sheer brute force using weaponry. Thankfully, he had a suitable skill with which he could deactivate doors, and more importantly, traps. Enemies have entered the dungeon. The on-the-ball evil recognized that the warrior princess there was extremely powerful. The goblin assassin would be best advised to avoid any contact with her. A Gobobot was being forced to make miserable repairs in the lodge. A brief feeling of what it thought might be sympathy passed through the sensitive evil, but this actually turned out to be a mighty belch. Naturally, it would free the useful Gobobot anyway.
Head Stark is dead.
Your throne room is under attack.
Oh, I need stamina. Why you regenerate so slow?
Roses are red, tulips off
Elated by the assassin's attempt at rescuing it, the Gobobot joined the horde and succeeded in showing its tormentors a real hot time. Its ability to more or less ignore ranged damage and set fire to large areas would come in very handy.
Drop, slash, burn.
The charitable evil had researched the hospital. This would enable its units to quickly recover from their injuries, once it had been built, that is.
Not go this way. I guess not. Shit. Saving.
Payday. The caring evil had good-naturedly built a hospital for its suffering creatures. It, however, still lacked a hospital bed. Little Snots would then bring any units there that had been injured in the dungeon. The first hospital bed had been built. Wounded units could now be healed in the hospital. Little Snots would also be able to bring defeated creatures here so that they could be nursed back to health. There are enemies in your dungeon.
Fuck these doors.
Defend the throne room.
Yo, what are you guys doing?
Love you totally, utterly, and no shite. Roses are red, and I don't have a rose. Hold on,
Fire.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Your bum is as big as a white-tailed canoe.
Where do I go?
The hunting lodge was completely destroyed. The vengeful evil gave itself a very self-satisfied pat on the back. The time was right to concentrate on King Robert. He was in his renowned garden reciting his much less renowned love poems. The lyrically challenged evil had no time for poetry and would soon make this tangibly clear to him. The horde came across a stray goblin by the roadside, who apparently constituted the sad remains of one of the hunting lodge's attack units. This miserable being joined the army of the powerful evil with a grateful whimper.
That's right, you whimper gratefully.
Payday!
I like to dig. I like to have organized areas. Don't judge me. I like I very much like to lay out my rooms orderly and as methodically as possible. And I like 5x5 squares. It actually it actively annoys me when I can't get a 5x5 square.
Payday.
They'll be back. They'll be back to mining gold soon enough. All my soldiers are gone. I'm sorry. You want the key?
Of late, one of the creatures had come up with a plan to create a trade union and go on strike for better working conditions. Once he remembered exactly what the ultimate evil would do to him, the idea was quickly shelved.
Oh damn, that's a good room right there. Look at that, another little gold vein. I won't tell them to come dig that just yet. I really like taking my time in this part in this game, and the third one too. Like the third one especially, because like I don't know, it's very rewarding for me to dig out the entire underground and have a base that I don't even need to tell my people to go attack the enemies. They just die before they get to me. And the third one really allows you to go kind of ham bone with that stuff. I need these guys to get back to digging gold so I can throw some treasuries down around around this stuff. I'll take that off for now. The more of those guys you have, the faster everything goes. But like, I don't want to toss the things I got in the fucking dumpster to get these guys going quicker. That's a pain in my butt. I also like to have really huge treasuries because, you know, treasure. I, There's stuff over here too. There's so much treasure.
It's payday.
Can I like? I thought I could like. Get this one, buddy. Yeah, see, they have to carry the treasure so far. That guy's doing trap shit. Which I think... I do like that. And he'll be able to use them more efficiently, I think. Alright, let's take that again. We're getting closer to being done with all the mining, so... Where's my brewery, anyway? Oh, right here. That's right. Yeah, and it takes one dude to work the brewery, so... Yeah, it takes a bit. But once the mining gets more done, we'll be... Any more goblins? Yeah, I know they're thirsty. Got dudes on the stuff, man. I got dudes on the stuff. Oh my god. Alright, I need to build a treasury. Right there.
Payday.
Come on.
A little snot is secretly making jokes about the ultimate evil behind its back. You should punish it. But I forgot which one it was.
How dare you?
They just all look the same.
You snarky bastards. You're all getting slapped. Who's over here? Slap. I think I can, like, I might be able to, like, tell Little Snots to... No, you work in here too, bud. I wonder if I could, like, tell them. This is gonna be one of those obscenely large, weirdly shaped treasure rooms here. Simply because there's treasure and, you know.
Payday.
Jeez. Saving. Like I said, I'm slightly obsessed with digging everything out and making everything, you know. I have a complex when it comes to this game. Fill it in, Snuff. My ear is ringing. Oi, Snuff, you still got stuff to fill in, bro. Where does this go, I wonder? I think that's it. $4,800 can fit in this one area. We're gonna have to slow down the amount we're trying to dig it all at once.
It's payday.
I thought there was there should be like a management. Oh, that vein's depleted. Nice. Why are you on strike, you asshole? Oh, I'm out of gold. I haven't explored the whole dungeon, but these guys are annoying me.
It's payday.
Roses are red and later grow brown. Give me your heart, else I'll steal it and your gun. Ted Stark is dead. Now pray.
The king was accompanied by a pixie who was able to cast powerful healing magic. Any direct attack would be suicidal. Mercifully, the omniscient and helpful narrator was at hand. He pointed out to the impatient evil that the pixie went off from time to time in order to check that all was well, and much more importantly, eat her supper in a little camp to the south.
Roses are red, lilies are white. I love you totally, utterly, and no shite. Roses are red, Ted Stark is dead. Now pray please stay. Roses are red and later go brown. Give me your heart, else I'll steal it and your gun. Roses are red and I don't have an own.
The pixie buzzed over to eat her meal. The ultimate evil prepared an ambush.
Roses are red, Ted Stark is dead. Now pray please fetch me a blessing. Roses are red without me. If you cannot
One would think the killing a fragile flying being wouldn't be rocket science. But an incredibly incompetent evil had taken far too long in doing so and had startled a few guards into action.
Come on, Terry. Come on, little pixie, let's go. Come on over. Nothing's gonna happen to you here.
Violets are blue. Your bum is as big as a white-tailed gnu.
There you go. Come along. It's a sweet little forest over here. There ain't nothing going on. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. And you're dead.
Roses are red, lilies are white. I love you totally, utterly, no shine. Roses are red, tulips are pink. Loosen way from your belly, do. On to the next one.
The annoying little pixie had spoken her last healing spell. The crafty-minded evil sculpted a fan from her wings. Now it was time to look for King Robert and ensure his early demise.
Give me your heart, else I'll steal it and your gun.
Excuse me, good sir. Can you shut up? Completely surrounded.
King Robert fell, and the ultimate evil had received its well-deserved revenge. But there were still many more heroes out there who deserved to bite the dust. Their time would come. The demigod Krotos, one of the sniveling cowards who had banished the ultimate evil, had just marched his alliance army out of the swamplands to fight the snake-like Nagas. The ultimate evil wanted to teach him the full futility of war by ensuring his untimely passing. Besides, the Nagas could prove to be valuable allies.
One of the best damn classes in the game to have at your side is the Nagas. I believe they heal. And man, 5 Nagas can keep 5 orcs alive indefinitely.
King Robert was defeated, but there were more heroes whose life the ultimately vindictive evil was after. Here in the swamplands, the demigod Krotos was just leading the Alliance's troops against feral Naga clans. They had retreated here after the collapse of the Dark Army. It would seem sensible to first strike an alliance with these Nagas before the impatient evil squared up against Krotos.
Alright, so...
The gold-greedy evil built the first underground treasury, thus laying the foundations for insane amounts of hoarded treasure. The first brewery was built underground. Later, orcs and goblins would get obscenely drunk there, and then meander through the dungeons, slurring their words and singing lewd songs.
And with how it lays this stuff out, it kind of teaches you that you want to do a 5x5 grid on all your rooms.
The target of the bloodthirsty evil's vengeance was a demigod by the name of Krotos, an extremely goody-goody, good deeds doer. The very mention of his name left anyone from the dark side with a nasty taste in the mouth. The Alliance had discovered the presence of the ultimate evil. This had nothing to do with a tip-off from a certain narrator who wanted to increase the tension. It was pure coincidence. The good people responded, as you might expect, with a direct attack on the dungeon. Pleased Evil's hard-working goblins had made plans for a new room, a guard room. There, creatures could patrol and keep a lookout for heroes. Immediately, the ultimate evil got down to having this room researched.
Yeah, I'm working on that part.
Enemies have entered the dungeon. Payday. Spiders have spread throughout the underground. Your throne room is under attack. The fingers of a goblin devoted to the unspeakably evil impatiently tapped on the workbench. He was still awaiting orders to begin researching the guard room. Of course, he did it behind the lame evil's back, as, after all, he didn't want the hand of terror to torture him in a most unpleasant way.
Yeah, make the toolboxes, dude. We got that. You got this. I need more gold, too. Oh, they went all the way over here.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Oh, they can just mine gold for a bit. I need more gold to get that guard room going.
The guardroom plans were still on ice. The goblins of the leisurely evil patiently awaited the time when they could finally start this research. The guardroom was researched and ready for construction. Creatures that were thrown there by the hand of terror would keep watch and be especially vigilant for intruders. They were able to alert other creatures near the guardroom and summon them for reinforcement as well. Payday.
Yeah, pacha. Gold. You got when you do get back to the
There are
guard room.
enemies in your dungeon.
Come on, you nerds. Mine faster. Need 120 more gold before I can start the hospital. And that'll allow my guys to heal. There's another group of people coming too. Which I want to build the horn as soon as I can. If I can now. Oh, stretchy.
There are enemies in your dungeon. It's payday.
Sorry, I'm quiet. I'm fighting sleep. I'm not really fighting sleep. I'm fighting yawns, more accurately. Come on, guys. Dig faster. You know what I'm gonna do? Give me one of these losers. You're pretty garbage. What? Yeah, I just sacrificed that only that I mean that works, but like only so much, you know what I mean? Like that's a temporary boost, so I just added 2 more guys. I cost me a warrior, but I'm gonna get Nagas, so it's not a huge problem this round. And I think later on I can get a higher minion limit, so I think.
A hospital had been built. From now on, wounded monsters could be cured there. Enemies have entered the dungeon.
I just want to point out that the heart monitors
Payday.
are chalkboards with lines drawn on them. Won't point that one out.
From the Dungeons 2 strategy guide, Nagas are ranged units and can detect invisible creatures. Hopefully no one has arachnophobia. A spider nest has been discovered. Enemies have entered the dungeon.
That's not good.
Payday.
Saving.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Go, little guys, go. Come on, guys, you got this.
there was a mysterious shrine underground, which was not yet available. Because something like this spells work for underpaid graphic artists, one can assume that it is likely to come into play at some time or another.
Yeah, no. Gotta get the Nagas. Trying to finish my defenses, though.
It's payday. There are enemies in your dungeon.
Come on, dudes. You're almost done with it. Let's go into the swamp.
The exploration keen evil sent its troops to the surface for the first time. The swamplands spread out before them. The next step was to either find the Nagas and recruit them, or be massacred by the army of the Alliance. It was a difficult decision. The army of the ultimate evil could view the temple from the top of the hill, and it did indeed not look good for the Nagas. The nauseatingly good hero Krotos personally led the Alliance into battle and was forcing the snake creatures to retreat. Only his death would deliver the temple back into the hands of evil. Well, that could be arranged. The troops of the ultimate evil stumbled upon a patrol of the Alliance that had caught some Nagas. Of course, they immediately set about wiping out the much-hated heroes. Oh,
Yes.
and by the way, you could, of course, also set those Nagas free. The last fighter in the patrol was defeated. Creatures of the Horde cheered. Oh, yes, and set the Naga free as well. They were overjoyed to join the ultimate evil. The eager for new units evil sent his creatures further towards where it expected the Naga camp to be. The Nagas kept up their fight to free their unholy temple from the Alliance. If the ultimate evil was to help them win it back, then their support would be guaranteed. Since that fitted perfectly with the planned revenge on Krotos, it was the ideal solution. The approaching horde startled a few animals. Dinner.
Come on, guys. There you go, Naga lady. Heal him. Yeah. That's why I like the Nagas. Ranged healers.
The horde defeated the bears with ease and stocked up on bear meat. However, as bear meat is not actually a resource in the game, this was utterly irrelevant. A small group of Alliance troops had gathered here. The presence of the Nagas ensured that the all-seeing evil could see even the cloaked units. At last, the horde reached the Nagas' camp. They were not able to offer the ultimate evil much help. However, they spoke of an artifact that was hidden deep down in the mountain. It would make defeating the Alliance a piece of cake. The Nagas opened a portal to the artifact using their ancient magic. The insidious evil debated briefly whether it was worth the risk. Finally, however, it decided it was only a question of its creatures' lives, and of course, the ultimate evil didn't give a toss about them. The horde had passed through the Naga portal and found themselves in an old altar chamber, in the center of which lay a very ancient-looking object. This had to be the artifact. Some creatures appeared to be guarding it. I don't believe it. Is there really still a guard at the artifact? My goodness, my grandma would have finished the whole game by now. Move your butt. Do something.
What?
Once the artifact guards were eliminated, the artifact began to glow. It almost seemed to be waiting to be picked up. It looked as if the artifact would fit perfectly into the mysterious altar base that lay deep within the dungeon of the ultimate evil. Maybe it would be a good idea to place it there. The artifact was currently lifeless. It needed some magic. The expanding evil's creature's next task was to expose some mana crystals. This mana would be necessary to charge the artifact up. Payday!
There, mana crystal's exposed. Let's go. Do your shit. Oh, well, I gotta mine them, that's right.
The mana crystals had finally been dug up. Magic crackled in the air. Oh no, wait, that's just the popcorn I'm making. But a mana crystal on its own was really of no value to the ultimate evil. It would take a crystal chamber to make this valuable asset usable. A room was quickly installed under the crystal. The crystal chamber shone with the brilliance of a freshly painted room. To exploit this effectively, the success-enabling evil was now able to recruit Nagas. At this exact moment, the clan conveniently placed some of these snake-like beings at its disposal. There are enemies in your dungeon. Apparently, it had not escaped the notice of the Alliance's magicians that something disturbing was going on in the underground. So they decided to mount powerful attacks on the dungeon. But the ultimate evil had been warned. That's what I'm doing right now, by the way, and created such a formidable defense that it would have brought tears to the eyes of any tower defense player.
Yeah, there it is.
A cry for help from a few Nagas trapped in a very remote area reached the ultimate evil while it was defending the dungeon. Maybe they could be saved by using a spell, which was ready to be unlocked in the crystal chamber. Slowly, but surely, the artifact filled itself up with magic.
Panic retreat spell. Okay. Give me mana. Which also means in the Tinker's Cave over here, I should have... Oh, no, I guess not. Oh, somebody's on battle bit. Now somebody's wide awake.
The wave-by-wave tactics of the Alliance had so far proven unsuccessful. So, a strategic genius had decided to open up a second entrance to the underground in order to send, well, wave after wave of units into the dungeon. There are enemies in your dungeon. Play me the song of magic. Oh yes, the artifact continued to fill itself with more delicious mana. Enemies have entered the dungeon. Slowly, but surely, the artifact filled itself up with magic. Payday.
Come on. Come on, almost there.
Enemies have entered the dungeon. The artifact was almost bursting with energy. It was now producing mana independently and ready to stand by the ultimate evil's side in the battle for the temple. It also gave the ultimate evil access to a few more magic spells. Now it was time to take the temple and destroy Krotos.
Oh, it's not.
The ultimate evil gathered all the troops together to attack in one
I
devastating...
could, but I'm not going to.
There are enemies in your dungeon. ultimate evil had learned a spell. This would enable the Nagas to be rescued. It immediately set about doing so.
All right, so
The spell ensured the Naga's safe passage
nice.
into the dungeon of the ultimate evil. Excellent work.
Got it. Am I supposed to do that on these guys too? Would you stop coming to my base, dude?
There are enemies in your dungeon. It was now time to fight Krotos. After a long pause, the unspeakable evil positioned its army and went into battle against him. Enemies have entered the dungeon. Payday. There are enemies in your dungeon.
Fun.
The unspeakable evil's creatures approached the Alliance's camp. An impressive dam towered into the sky in the background. However, this path led to absolutely nowhere. The ultimate evil, or more precisely its creatures, destroyed the Alliance's camp with the greatest of ease. It considered having a luxury hotel for stressed dungeon managers built there.
There we go. Everybody out the store. Let us go. Yo, wait a second. Wait a second. You, what are you doing over here? Get over here and join the horde. Come on, Fred. Can I change your name?
The creatures of a suspiciously suicidal evil made their way towards a treacherous ambush. At the last minute, however, they changed. It was time to face Krotos in combat. The ultimate evil positioned its army and went into battle.
No, you said ambush, bro.
Apologies, I thought that the Horde would take a different path, because there is an ambush awaiting them here. But obviously that doesn't seem to be bothering someone at all. It's payday.
Hey, what up, button? Not much. Playing some of this. Killing time. We're waiting. Tired. Shit. Thank you, baby. Baby? I don't know what I just said, but, you know, thank you. Got breakfast?
Together with its Naga allies, the army of the ultimate evil stormed the Naga temple. The battle began. There are enemies in your dungeon. It wouldn't be long before Krotos was defeated. Just a few more blows and he would fall. Hey, wait! What do you think you're doing? Come back, you coward! I mean, seeing that defeat was inevitable, Krotos opted for a strategic retreat, leaving the temple in the ultimate evil's power. The gathered evilness then burst the nearby dam, and the Alliance's camp disappeared under waves of water with a very satisfactory gurgling sound.
That's what you nerds get.
Despite the soggy end to the Alliance, the ultimate evil was livid. It had just been robbed of a delicious revenge. But, if I may be so bold, that was yet to come. I saw it in the script. Although Krotos managed to escape, the Horde continued on a glorious triumphal march. Now the time had come to set an example. A deed of particularly heinous evilness would inspire the creatures of the Horde to greater things. To this purpose, the Horde moved deep into the wealthy heartland of the Alliance. It was on the hunt for a creature whose sugar-sweet kindness and cordiality would rot the tusks of an orc. A unicorn.
All right. I am exhausted. We have done a fair bit in this game today. I'm going to quit, take a little break, eat my lunch, sip my coffee, and maybe we'll come back with some BattleBit in a bit. If we don't come back with BattleBit, I'm probably going to hop on BattleBit anyways. But right now, I did take a break, have some coffee, maybe a quick nap. But I'm exhausted. I've been up since 7. I didn't go to bed till 3. Thank you, button. And the puppy. But anyways, thank you guys for being here. Hope you all enjoyed. As always, thank you for watching. Peace out.